Welcome to the clubhouse for our post-trade deadline special show tonight. Sunflower seeds are always salty. The hot takes are ice cold. And we pretend to know more than the guys that make the millions on the field. Grab a glove, crack a cold one, and let's talk some more baseball. How's everybody doing this week?
Oh, man.
All right, that sounds good. So we all just got through a nice trade deadline.
Doing good.
Possibly the last trade deadline for a while. You never know. So unless it's a 3 or 4 month rental, you may have overpaid. So let's get right into it.
Unless you're the Dodgers.
I mean, if baseball comes back, I think it's only going to come back if there's a salary cap. I think the owners are the ones that are going to make that mandatory. If that doesn't happen, I mean, you've got a new evil empire, but they're pretty hard to hate. I mean, they don't have the same prowess that the Yankees did before, but just for winning, I mean, they're going to be hated. But I mean, it's coming. I mean, they're going to keep buying and they're going to keep making money because they own some of the largest markets in the world. Spending. So I'll see. I mean, if I were them, why would you stop? But let's talk about our teams. I did see that they put out an updated top 10 World Series odds, and actually every one of our teams except for one was actually in the top 10. So Seattle actually cracked the top 10. Phillies up there, Red Sox are up there. So kind of exhausted list up there, obviously with Phillies and the Braves as well. So I mean, we actually made up half of the top 10 here from the podcast, which is pretty cool.
I don't know how my team is in that top 10.
If I were to guess, I mean, we can get your dig out of the way right now. It's not really a dig too much, but you took an expensive player and somehow convinced the team with the worst record in Major League Baseball to take on his salary in Luis Castillo. Like, I don't understand. That's not normally when teams sell. That's not normally how they sell. But I guess they're really not good at anything baseball related because that wasn't really anything spectacular.
You take back Sir Anthony Dominguez is how you justify being able to get rid of Castillo, because it was a salary dump for sure by Seattle, but Dominguez makes a ton of money for being an awful reliever.
I know, and I was hoping they were going to take him on to move him in a different trade, because you know me, I was hoping for Mason Miller, but then all of a sudden they pulled him off the trade block, and I was like, well, guess that's not going to happen. I thought maybe that's what they were trying to do there and like shift some things around, but I mean, I don't see him playing. I hope to God he doesn't play for us with his track record right now, so we needed to get rid of one of the starting six. So, and
yeah, I agree.
Bottom one, he has the worst ERA.
Yep.
He's the most up and down, so I had no problem.
Take what you can get for him.
Right,
I agree.
Right,
it was not a bad trade. I mean, you guys graded well. Everybody graded that as a decent trade for the Mariners. I mean, you didn't get a lot back, but you weren't looking to get a lot back.
No.
You were just looking to offload that guy and get rid of his big contract, which job well done.
Yeah, we did it. And I'm not mad at the Taylor Ward pickup at all.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I mean,
we needed that for
solid pickup for you guys on that
for the outfield and for batting. So I mean, I'm happy with what we did. Again, the Sir Anthony thing, I'm not sure what's going to amount from that. I hope, like I said, I hope nothing. But other than that, I'm happy with what we did. Since Mason Miller was no longer an option to add to our closing rotation, then I'm good. I'm good where we're at.
Yeah, it's a very, very non-controversial transactions for your team for sure. I wasn't all that impressed with anything that the Braves did whatsoever. Needed starting pitching, we got a little bit. Need a little bit of relief pitching, got a little bit. Nothing crazy. On top of that, we just lost one of our starters as well, Ronaldo Lopez, to the IL. So I don't think we really did too much to improve. I didn't think we hurt much. We definitely didn't give up a whole lot. I did see, ironically, within an hour span, I saw that the Angels just dropped Jorge Soler, which we'd love to pick up every year, and I'm wondering because we also just dropped Andrew McCutcheon from his minor league contract, if maybe there's a swap of that coming to test the water to see how that worked with Soler maybe. Again, that is absolutely not a World Series changing maneuver whatsoever, but nothing we did really was. Mike?
Am I the only one who's having trouble with Paul's mic?
No.
Oh,
No.
you can't hear me?
I can't hear you at all.
It's like muffled.
What you're saying. I had to speak up. Somebody had to say something if it
I
wasn't
saw
just me.
Steve's face looking like, what's going on with Paul? And then you said something before I could. So
I thought it was me, so that's why I didn't say nothing. I thought it was my connection.
Is it any better now?
yes.
Yes, it was very hard to follow you at all.
Right. I will try and lean forward, I guess. We'll see. All right. Well, it's your turn now, Mike. Obviously, everyone knew that you were going to be sellers, and sellers you definitely were. I think the only team that was a bigger seller than you was, I think, the San Francisco Giants, who I have no idea how they even fielded a team last night and actually won. It blows my mind. I have no idea. Like, not a single starter in the field was there from the day before, except for obviously Rafi Devers, who that was just a criminal transaction that Red Sox were able to dump him on them. But besides the fact that obviously Citi Field is about 2 weeks away from becoming a Spirit Halloween, did you see any of?
Whoa!
Wow!
Were you surprised? Were you surprised by any of your transactions at all?
No, everybody that went was expected to go. There were no surprises. I don't know who the Giants traded, but we literally got rid of a third of our team this week. 7 total trades. We got rid of I don't know how many total players that was. We had 12 prospects coming in. I looked it up today. There was only one team that I could find ever in the history of baseball that has made more total trades than the Mets did this year at the deadline, and that was the Chicago Cubs in 2021 when they got rid of Rizzo and Chris Bryant and a whole bunch of other really, really good players when they tore that thing down. So the Mets had a complete overhaul, and proof that me and Lewis can be friends. We had a transaction between the Mets and the Phillies. We shipped you guys Raley, Brooks Raley, who is a hell of a pitcher, man. You're going to love him coming out of the bullpen. He had like a 2 ERA for us over 2 years. Like, he's just so good since he got back from Tommy John surgery. He's really old. He's like 38.
Right now they said, 38 and
but he's good.
1.68 ERA, I think.
Yeah, he's sick, man. You're going to love him. We didn't get a whole lot for him because he wasn't worth a whole lot to give up. But, it's going to be tough for me to see him coming out of the Phillies bullpen because I used to love making fun of how bad the Phillies bullpen was. But now you're adding some pieces over there, I guess. So that's good for you guys. We did well with the Cubs trade. We gave Clay Holmes and Tyrone Taylor to the Cubs, and we got their number 1 prospect, who is a shortstop right now. Could be moved around, in our system, but apparently we got a very highly rated guy out of that one. So we'll see what happens. We got a lot of prospects, and we totally overhauled our minor league system. We'll see what it does for the future.
Do you have kind of a recap of like the prospects that you got? Like, I mean, not necessarily the names because they're prospects, but obviously you got the Cubs number 1. But
we did. I do have some tidbits on our prospects. We got the Cubs number 1. What trade was it? It was to the Chicago White Sox. We traded Brazuban, a relief pitcher, for us. And who we got back for them, Paul, I think you'll like this one. We got Benny Agbayani's kid.
Nice.
Remember him?
Yes.
He was a former Met, like, I don't know how many years or decades ago, but we got Benny Agbayani's kid back in that trade. So that was cool to see, like, a Mets child coming to the Mets in a trade. We got a pretty good player apparently out of Pittsburgh in the Luke Weaver trade, who I would expect because Luke Weaver had an extra year on his deal, so he'll pitch next year if there is any baseball. And Luke Weaver's also had a stud year, a sub-2 ERA. I mean, he's got closing experience, so and he's gone like, I don't know, like 40 appearances in a row now with giving up 1 run. He's got like a .28 ERA over his last like 35, 40 relief appearances, so he's just crushing it right now. So I expected to get a lot for him, but everybody else, all those other trades we made were like, except for Peralta, we got some decent guys out of Tampa Bay. I don't know names or anything, but we graded well on that trade, and they said we got a couple decent kids out of that one. But most of our trades were like the Phillies trade, were like, they gave us 2 French prospects who will probably never amount to anything, and took on a 38-year-old relief pitcher for the rest of the year that we had no use for. So that's how baseball trades work, unless you got a stud like a Baltimore Orioles catcher or Tariq Skubal.
I saw that one of your prospects you got, and the last name was like Stafora or something like that. I don't know who he is.
That's who we got out of Pittsburgh.
All right.
And he's a lifelong Mets fan, so that was very cool.
Yes.
I knew you were going to go there.
Yeah, he was just scrolling through his socials and saw the news break. No, the news broke and nobody had told him. And he started just completely geeking out and was just praying that that it actually got finalized, and there it is. So he gets to not play baseball for his favorite team.
How cool is that? I mean, honestly, like, it's cool enough to make it to the major leagues or any professional sport, but to play for your favorite team, I know it's happened a lot of other times in the history of sports, but that is just so cool to like be in that situation, I think.
No, I agree. That one's kind of cool. Those and like the legacy stories and stuff like that, like you just had with Benny Agbagnata. I thought all of those are kind of cool. The man of the hour that we need to talk to, though, is here. Ben McNally.
Yeah. What's up, people?
Yeah, well, I personally feel you mortgage your farm system for the next 3 months because we may not have baseball next year. So the problem that I had was I saw, I was real hot and real cold on this from things that Buster Only said. The first thing he said was about Adley Rutschman is, sometimes people say like there's a team out there where they make the price on somebody's head so high that it's obvious that they don't want to trade him. That was the Orioles, and you did it anyways. And then he followed that up by, I was like, wow, that's a pretty tough take. And, I didn't really know that you gave up this, your second, your fifth, and your 15th best prospects in your farm system. And that's pretty rich. And then Buster Only comes out and he says, I think this puts the Boston Red Sox in the World Series conversation. So then I was completely cold on it. I think that's bananas. You were literally like Mets and Giants level seller about a month ago until that run came. Now, I mean, it's been amazing since then, but you were about to blow everything up on the field, on the staff, everyone. And now we're talking about how are we going to win the wild card and behind the Rays and make a run.
Yeah, Paul, I don't know about the wild card. We're only 5 back in the division. Who would have thought that a month ago? It's crazy.
That is true. That is true.
I will say, if I had known the package that we were going to trade for Adley Rutschman beforehand, I probably would have said no. That was quite a bit. If Tariq Skubal can only get the Dodgers' 5th best prospect, and then their 7th best prospect, and then some throwaway.
Of your top 5 prospects.
I know. I really wanted to hang on to. I'm really high on Anthony Ianson. He's the number 2 prospect. The other 2 guys, I don't care too much about. I mean, at the end of the day, they're prospects, right? You can only read up on them. You can look at their stats, but you don't really know what they're going to be until they get to the major league level, right? If they play for your team, you're a little bit higher on them. You want to hope for the best.
Always.
if you do fantasy baseball, you might be higher than on some of them than others, like myself. But again, yeah, I'm glad Breslow like had some balls and he made the moves. Like if he had walked away with nothing, if he had done like a minor trade, I would have been really pissed off, and as well as I think the whole fan base did. So I'm of the mind that I'm okay overpaying for now. You know, I really hope that an extension is coming with Adley Rutschman. I don't know if I was saying it on this pod or a different pod, but I actually called it last week of guys who I want. I wanted Adley Rutschman and I wanted Francisco Lindor. I got one of them, which I'm okay with, because in September, we're going to call up our future star, Franklin Arias. He's going to have an Alexander Bogaerts similar contribution the way Xander Bogaerts came up in 2013 with us. That's my hot take right now. Our number one prospect, Franklin Arias, who I'm sure plenty of teams were going after or asking for in any trade. I'm sure the Red Sox and Mets talked about a trade, and I'm sure Arias was the number one thing the Mets would have wanted, but I'm glad the Red Sox stood pat on that. But getting back to Rutschman, yeah, I need like an 8 to 10 year extension to have him finish his career in Boston. But I am over the moon for Adley Rutschman. Talk about an upgrade. Big time upgrade.
No doubt.
I mean, it's pretty rare these days to have like an all-star, a perennial all-star catcher on your team. It's not normally a position that gets all the glam unless you have 2025 Cal Raleigh numbers. Otherwise, it's literally
Which
just
no one
usually
will
just
ever
kind of
do
like a
that again.
And yes, including Cal Raleigh, or half of that.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But or a third of that. I'll keep going down if I have to get down to the actual numbers.
Stop it! I'm making it. I'm making it.
I mean,
like,
Christy,
sorry,
that's still
Steve, I'm
20
not
plus
gonna
home
finish
runs.
that.
That's pretty good from a catcher, a switch hitting catcher, no less.
I know.
But yeah, I do think it was a little rich given the concerns about having a season next year. You know, those prospects that you gave up, yes, they're obviously question marks, but they'll probably still live long and prosper down in the minors and can still develop versus a guy that you're going to try and that you mortgage the farm for and can't even get on the field. But I mean, I award you all the effort for making that. I think your GM kind of had to do that. I think that was I think he was making amends for what kind of happened at the beginning of the year, and I think it's a little bit of kind of what the Phillies did. We'll pitch this over to Lewis here in a second. But, you know, Bryce Harper came out and was like, look, let's be aggressive. And now what do we get for the rest of the year? We get to watch Bryce Harper not do well at another position. But you got Luis Arraez, who's a big-time hitter.
Arraez.
Big
That's a good
hitter.
pickup for you guys.
Luis Arraez.
Big-time hitter.
Crown.
It's
Luis
ridiculous to me.
Arraez.
It's ridiculous to me how high his batting average is with the lowest amount of power I've ever seen any hitter in history. Like, it's ridiculous how low his like RBIs and like home runs is. But the fact that you're obviously going to have him at the beginning of every game to start the game because he's just going to be your Ichiro or Jeter that you just assume that's just going to get on base.
He's a guy whose OPS is
not
much higher than his batting
He's hitting
average.
cleanup today, Paul. He's hitting cleanup. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but he already came
are
through,
you
though.
serious, Ben?
Yeah.
Yes, he is. He is hitting cleanup. He is, but he already came through already.
You
Did he
can't
already
make
got an
this up
RBI.
out of the Phillies
Nice.
lineups. Who batted
Yes.
leadoff?
He got
Turner or
Yes.
Schwarber?
He got a little.
I think it was Schwarber,
Who batted
Turner,
leadoff?
Harper, him.
You gotta be kidding
Yes.
Yeah. If they
That's
had
just
any
for
sense,
today. Relax.
if they had any sense, they would go with the youth movement, put Crawford 1 or 2 and Arraez 1 or 2, and then Schwarber, then Harper, and then Turner, and so on and so forth. But that's Donnie Ball game for you.
Yeah,
This is like
Crawford
me.
doesn't.
Part of the reason why
Crawford
Thompson
doesn't make
got
contact,
fired,
man.
batting Schwarber leadoff.
Yeah,
All right. Although
that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Crawford will hit at the top of the order probably by next year once he develops more. That's more of a biased take because he's on my fantasy team. But he plays just like his dad, Carl Crawford. They are literally the same player. It's nuts.
Yes. Yes.
So what do you think about your
definitely a good pickup though.
Yeah, tell us about your You're
What was
dead
that
on
again?
there. I don't think there's too much to talk about other than the other Lewis, but um,
Well,
I mean, tell us what you're getting
there
in
is, because
Arraez.
we gave up our number. Well, definitely a RBI machine, even though his numbers don't show it, but he puts the ball in play. The guy does not strike out. He does not strike out at all, which is something we needed, because we leave a lot of duckies out there on the pond, and we lose a lot of games like that.
He's
And then other
exactly
than that,
what
we
you
just
guys
got
needed as far as hitters.
yes, yes, and then we just got relievers. That's it. Got a
And that's
reliever in the
exactly
Lewis
what you
trade,
needed too.
and we got a reliever from the Giants, and that's it pretty much. And then last minute we dumped a pitcher for outfielder from the A's, a prospect.
Colby
That's
Thomas.
it.
Colby
We need a
Thomas could
starting pitcher.
actually be
Yep.
Lewis, the guy you got. He could actually like turn out to be a decent player. He has really good minor league numbers. He just hasn't quite figured it out in the MLB because I don't think he's really gotten that chance yet. The A's were loaded with talent, so it was tough for him to
Yeah,
get at
that's what
bats.
they said. Yeah, that's exactly what they said. But I think we need a starting pitcher, man. Not no old fart relievers like the one we got from Mike, but it is what it is.
Hey, that guy's pretty damn good. You agreed
Brooks-
with me earlier.
Brooks
I mean,
Raley? Yeah, Brooks
you could
Raley's
use
nice.
a couple more relievers like Brooks
I
Raley.
did, but
Yeah.
I did, but you said yeah, we're glad we dumped him.
Because we didn't need it.
That's
I
what
mean,
you
what was he
said.
going to do for us this year? And he's only signed for this year. So, like, yeah, I'm glad we got
I don't think
anybody we could
anybody's
for
gonna
him.
do anything. I don't think anybody's gonna do anything for the Mets right now.
Oh, nothing that matters. So, like, that's why we traded everybody.
We're hoping Francisco Lindor has the best second half in the history of second halves for any player in the history of baseball. That's all I'm hoping for.
It would be typical of Francisco Lindor as a Met. So,
Let's
good
go.
luck to you.
Let's have high hopes.
He has typically been a
Listen,
shitty player in the
hey.
first half, and then he crushes it in the second half.
Yes. All right. Looking
One
forward to
thing
that.
though, over the weekend, Ben's team did prove something though. Even though the Dodgers have all that talent, they can still lose. They got swept by Boston, and they
They
lost
did.
last night, 4 in a row.
I didn't realize that. Wow.
Yeah. 100%.
4 in a row.
That's what I was going to say to Benny.
Everybody's so
Hey,
hyped. Yeah, everybody's so hyped. They got schoolball. Oh, nobody can touch them now. I don't know.
Hey,
He's
we'll see.
pitching tonight, right?
Yeah, against the Cubs, they had a sign outside.
Yeah, against
Wrigley.
the Cubs.
They had a sign outside Wrigley about "Let's ruin Screwball's debut" or something like that, like right outside the stadium too. So
Love
people are
If
going
I'm
for
Seiya
it.
Suzuki,
Love
I'm
it.
down. Seiya Suzuki, 2-run homer.
Love it.
Boom, first inning. Let's go. Yeah, Paul mentioned it, though, that Buster Olney was saying that the
So,
Red Sox are World Series contenders now. So thank you, Paul, for saying that. I'm buying in.
I'm sure
now
you
you're
are.
in, Ben? You're buying in? You feel like
I'm
that?
back in. I'm back in. The child fan in me is back. The adult
Okay.
fan can take a back seat.
Ben, before we get off trades, I wanted to ask you about your other trade of Meyer. What do you think about giving up your former very heralded prospect for a bag of rocks?
I'm a little, yeah, definitely. Well, not a bag of rocks. Not a bag of rocks. He's a solid middle reliever. We needed another lefty specialist in the pen. He strikes guys out, but he also walks a lot of guys. I also coincidentally had him in fantasy, so I felt a little good. Yeah, felt a little good about that. But giving your once top 5 prospect in baseball, your future shortstop away for a middle reliever, it's not something you're really proud of. I think they also messed up on the Connolly early trade a few weeks ago for Curtis Mead, especially since he broke his wrist his second at bat. That's kind of down the drain. What pisses me off more is there was a report that I came out that in the offseason that they were talking to the Diamondbacks about Ketel Marte and Connolly Early and Meyer were involved in those talks. And boy, let me tell you, I would have traded Connolly Early and Marcelo Meyer for Ketel Marte, another switch hitter, so fast. But alas, well, here we are. Middle reliever. That's all Marcelo Meyer's worth these days. That one could come back to bite us.
That's crazy.
He could get an opportunity in San Francisco, maybe at second base now that Arraez is on Philly, because I don't think he'll supplant Willie Adames this year at least. So I think second base is open for them. So once Meyer's healthy, I think they'll slide him in there. And I mean, we'll see. That's not a hitter's park. It's definitely a pitcher's park. So I don't know if his bat, as far as power, will play. But if he can get consistent at bats, maybe become like a contact hitter, like maybe towards the end of the order type hitter, like maybe. But, he was just too cool for school. Like he's very young. I think he's 22, 23, but he hasn't taken being in the big league seriously enough. And, he kind of wore out his welcome. He kind of had a negative effect on Roman Anthony.
It seemed to me that's so young to give up on a guy that was that highly rated for so long.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
that one could come back to bite.
Some of your
Go ahead,
What's
Paul.
going to happen now that some of your guys that have been hurt? What's going to happen now that some of your guys who have been hurt may be coming back, like Roman Anthony? And obviously the guys that have been putting in the work have done something pretty magical for the last month or so. What's going to happen now? Somebody's going to get butthurt because there's only 9 positions on the field.
Yeah. Well, there's no Tom Brady. He's taking Drew Bledsoe's job just to switch sports for a sec. So that's not happening. But at some point, we still got 2 months to go. It's still a long season. Injuries will happen. I'm sure there'll be guys kind of cycling in from AAA. They'll probably want to err on the side of caution with some injuries, like some pulled hamstrings. I'd guess they probably IL some guys. So there's going to be opportunity. But if there's 9 batters in an order, I want Roman Anthony to be one of those batters. I don't care if it's hitting 1 or hitting 9th. He is definitely not the 10th best hitter on the Red Sox. He's still, despite his struggles this year and his injuries, he's still in the top 3 hitters on the team, I would say. And the same goes for Crochet. At this point, though, I've been telling you guys I'm expecting September at the best, but it could be the playoffs at this rate. But talk about a playoff acquisition, getting one of the top pitchers in the game back for the playoff run. Better watch out. And another lefty, too. Our whole staff is lefties. We don't have any right-handed throwers. So if teams got heavy lefty or heavy righty bats, we might be screwed.
All right.
I wish we had a starting pitcher coming back.
Well, I think we've had a pretty good conversation. I think, Ben, I'm glad that you hopped on so early. Let's go through the sponsors, and then we can hit the halftime and start talking about, since we have full participation, we'll see what kind of category we can get into next week, and be a little bit of a surprise since we only got 2 categories from the wheel left, so there'll have to be one an extra pick in there. So as much as I would like it to be everybody gets a point if Philly loses, I don't think I'm not that kind of guy most of the time, so
Come on, why?
I got something.
Why?
I said I wasn't that guy.
Why?
I was just putting it out there that was an option. That's all I was saying. It probably won't happen.
All I got is nothing. All I got is nothing but love for you, Paul, and this is how you treat me.
Oh, you'll find out. I got love for you. Don't worry. This will be a pretty good category. So let's go through the sponsors. First, let's start with our partners start with JD, our favorite. I don't want to say anything bad about JD or the fact that he's a different generation for most of us, but damn, we love that man. Got a great podcast of his own, whole community. It's a really eclectic group in there. Anybody can hop on that wants to. JD Talking Sports, great podcast community. He's an Iron Man, just like the next one, the Jim Montgomery. this day in Philly sports history. Also has an association with the Philadelphia Sports Hall of Fame. I don't think he's missed a day, and I think he's got 4 figures right now. He's over 4 figures, so it's at least 3 or so, more than 3 years in a row. He hasn't missed a day. Sometimes he gets his brother will say something, but his brother on there as well. Of course, some brotherly talks there throughout the week, but great
Brotherly
content on
birds.
there. Yeah, brotherly birds. Great content between the two of them, for sure. Great historian, Jim is. So some of the other sponsors that we got, Lotwin's been represented a lot recently. We appreciate the gentleman over there. Great custom hype chains. Anything that you want on there, no matter how fictitious it is, Kristy, you can get whatever you like.
Like the Mets winning the World Series.
But great to work with. You get a 10%
Let's
discount.
keep the shots at Kristy for now.
Hey.
10% discount if you put in the code TCCPOD. While we're talking discounts, you can head on over to Sparrow Hair Studio and talk to Lean out in Lancaster. Lewis is there all the time getting his mane trimmed up. Should get you looking nice. If you look at the look on the episode, you'll see got a great looking studio that she's got over there. It's really nice. So everybody check that out for sure. And is there anybody I forgot? Pretty sure that's it. I guess we moved one of our sponsors to a partner, which is great. Love the partners. And I think we got some new partnerships coming up in the future. Should be looking out for that when those get released. Should be hot. Can't wait for it. So let's go ahead and hit the break, and then we'll come back and do a recap of the internal competition and get some categories that, well, everyone's going to be able to participate in this week, finally. So see you guys in a little bit.
What up, everybody? The Beard is here. Hey, I want to give a quick shout out to one of our sponsors, the law offices of William P. Harrington. Credit card litigation, Chapter 7 bankruptcy, estate planning, estate administration, guardianships, they do it all. As a member, listener, follower, supporter of our network, they are offering you a 15% discount on these services. So if you are in the Pennsylvania or New Jersey area, schedule your free consultation today.
All right, let's shout out our partners.
The Clashing Conferences Sports Fan Network is proud to partner with Jim Montgomery and JD Talking Sports.
Is this guy gonna stop
Discover,
talking?
like, and subscribe to their podcasts
Wait.
and content.
I thought you said that there were prompts.
Available pretty much everywhere.
They are available everywhere. That's pretty good.
Find
right.
all the different ways you can join the network today.
What do you mean all the different ways you join the network?
Powered by Beats and Beards and JD Talking Sports.
We heard you say JD Talking Sports, pal, okay? Like, we only have 2 partners.
Jim Montgomery.
Yes, we know.
Jim Montgomery.
Yes,
Jim Montgomery.
we know. Jim
and
Montgomery.
JD Talking
We know.
Sports.
Well, Jim Montgomery. All right, well, JD and Jim, you're our partners, I guess. We've said it 5 times by now.
All right, welcome back. Let's discuss this internal competition situation, which is starting to heat up quite a bit for everybody except for Lewis and Ben. So for the week, Kristy got moved up a little bit with myself. Mike moved up 1. He's 1 behind both of us. Lewis showed up for the first time and got a couple of points for his effort. And Ben was actually stagnant and just stayed at his 1 that we had. So Lewis, with a team effort with 14 strikeouts in 1 game last week, that's pretty impressive. Kristy had the most home runs in a game with 5.
Against the Dodgers. Against the Dodgers. That's the best part.
I think we had
Yeah,
that one last week as
I get
well, and I think that one was wasn't that 4? 4 was the winner on that the week before, so got a little bit of an increase.
The team's on fire right now, apparently.
And then
Right.
And then four of the teams actually had a pitcher that only had one walk. So that was pretty impressive that four people got that category. So for the week, Kristy got 2. I got 1. Mike got 1. Lewis got 2. And I appreciate you participating, Ben McNally. So it's 2 at the top, tied at 6. Mike just behind with the Mets, proving that obviously the competition is open no matter what the team standings are. We say it in every sport, but I think this one is probably the most volatile of the sports where we have those competitions. Lewis at 2 and Ben at 1. So let's go ahead and see if we can get some more categories for this week. I believe we have only 2 left, so we're going to have to get into a little tomfoolery here for that third category. But producer, you can go ahead and cue up the wheels.
So there is no wheel. If you were paying attention to the chat earlier, we only have 2 categories left.
There we go. And I will
And then he said, "Host,
go ahead
pick
and bring
one."
that up while everyone
Yep.
patiently waits. I appreciate that for patiently waiting. So the first category is going to be strikeouts per batter.
So the
How do we
least.
make that a positive one?
This is Johnny has 5 apples.
Oh,
Who
that's
sucked
right.
the
It's
least?
another
That's-
Johnny category.
Yeah.
Who
yeah.
has the most strikeouts, and then who was the best of the most strikeout people?
Yes.
Who had the least amount of the most strikeouts?
What?
Love those
Oh, man.
categories.
It gets
And
complicated.
My brain hurts.
so
my
on that
head
side,
hurts
and then
now.
there's the flip side is the opposite of that almost. Instead of strikeouts per batter, it's hits per batter. So this
Now
is
you
definitely
truly
one-
want the most.
yes. And then we'll do the third one is the host pick. What you got, Ben?
I was just gonna say, hot take. Lewis is
Ben's
gonna win
having
the
an
hits category
aneurysm.
with Arraez now. No, the first
Could see
category
him
gave
with
me
a
an
four-hit
aneurysm.
game.
Yeah, but Arraez is definitely gonna win that category for
That's what I'm
Lewis.
saying. The first one, the
so
first
I
one. I
think-
don't know.
Yeah,
Don't pick
Go ahead,
home
Paul.
runs since Christie's team can't be stopped right now, apparently.
No, but it's going to be a pretty wide open category. I was going to go with team win total for the next week, but instead, just to make it interesting, I think I'm going to do run differential.
Love that, actually.
Okay. I like
Yeah.
that.
I wanted
Yeah.
the wins, and I looked at I looked at the Brave schedule too, and we got the Marlins, the Mets, and the Yankees. So I wasn't completely trying just to
Hey.
sandbag it. But I don't think we've done anything really with run differential, and I think it kind of makes it a little bit interesting.
does that include
Kinda
Hey,
tonight's
the
take
games?
Mets might be
Yeah,
Yeah.
starts today.
Nice. Red
the
Sox
Mets
are
might
up
be
6-zip
putting
already.
Ben and Lewis out there in relief after we gave up our entire bullpen at the trade deadline. So this category is
Oh, my
going to go
gosh.
not so great for me.
Yeah, not Devin Williams,
Oh,
Mike. Devin
man.
Williams is still there to suck.
He's the only relief pitcher I think I could name on my team left. Literally, I don't know if I could name a second guy that pitches in relief for us anymore. We gave up
Brazoban?
everybody.
Did you trade Brazoban?
He's gone. Minnesota.
Rayleigh gone.
Yep.
Minter
We got
gone.
Benny Agbayani's kid back. Do you remember
Who?
him, Ben? You're probably too young.
What?
Benny Agbayani.
That's not my
Yeah,
last
all right,
name,
you're too
Mike.
young.
Come on.
Agbayani.
He was
What the heck?
Benny Agbayani was a Met 20 years ago, and we
Where's
traded for
where's
his
he
kid.
from?
I'm pretty
Where's he
excited
from?
about it.
If he was on the
where's
86
Benny
team, I
Agbayani's
definitely
kid?
don't know him.
Oh, I have like what nationality, Lewis? I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Agbayani.
can't help you with that.
What is it? Agbayani?
Mike-
Agbayani.
Agbayani. My first
Hey.
guess is going to be Italian.
Are you guys talking about
Oh, I was
in
gonna
the
say, like,
NFL
Samoan
Namdi
or something.
Asamoah? Does that anyone remember Namdi Asamoah?
Namdi.
Different sport,
Yes.
I remember
Yes, I
Namdi.
remember
Yeah.
He was
Yes, I
part of
remember him.
Lewis's dream team.
I was like, he's an Eagle.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah.
He was a
better on
Raider
the-
team member.
He was
With
He
Vince
better
he
on
Young.
was
the
a Raider.
Raiders.
He
Better
was
on the
Raider at
Raiders.
Yeah.
first. He was
Yeah.
Raider,
He was
and then
better
he
on
got
the
traded
Raiders.
to the Eagles. Yes, he was. Definitely was.
Then he got paid, and he's like, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah.
Namdi
Mhm.
Island.
Yeah.
Agibiani. Okay.
So post trade deadline, I kind of want to do a round robin and everybody talk about what the next couple months are going to look like. Mike, we can start with you. We can start with you. Pass. All right.
Mike keeps
Yeah.
pass. Are you watching a game at all for the next 2 months, Mike?
I got a game on right behind me. We're actually up 5-1. But
Okay.
if you
okay.
are a gambling
Nice.
person, this will not come out until after games tonight are over. But we will not win this game. You can probably get huge odds on Cleveland right
Who you-
now to come back.
Yeah.
We have nobody to pitch. We have I don't even know who started for us tonight. But once he's done, we have nobody left to pitch for like 3 innings. So like they're gonna score 18 runs and we're gonna lose this game. Bank on it.
Dude,
Just throw out
what happened to
Jonathan
and
this,
it's gonna
like,
be
easy
like
all this
that for the
positive
rest of the
energy
year.
you had? What happened to all this? Oh yeah, we're
Mets
gonna
finally
spend the
took it all
money. We're
out of
gonna
him,
win. Yeah.
They
I'm
took
not
it.
worried. I mean,
The
this
win
year's
came out of
this.
his
I gave
sails
up
finally,
on this
Lewis.
year weeks or months ago. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still excited for my team's future. Steve Cohen is going to buy us a championship eventually, and we'll see what happens with this new CBA.
Mike, speaking of future, get familiar with the name Jonathan Santucci, the number 2 prospect for the Mets and the newest member of my minor league fantasy team. Get ready for it.
He could be pretty good, Ben. I
That's
like
right.
the pickup. I got no
Jonathan
problem there.
Santucci. Let's go.
You got
Order your
I think we
Santucci
could see
jersey
him
now.
in September.
Tucci.
We could see him in September even.
As long as he doesn't exceed 50 innings, I'm cool with it. Let
It
us
shouldn't
pray.
happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think so.
All right, Kristy, as one of the teams that is in the top 10 World Series odds now, what's going to happen in the next couple of months?
We have to not drop a series is what needs to happen. I mean, granted, the AL West is the worst division in all of Major League Baseball. I mean, we barely have teams over 500. So, I mean, you can't drop a series. You definitely can't get swept as far as being a Mariner. We're not going anywhere. I mean, we're chilling at like 6th or 7th in the wild card talk. So we gotta pump it up. We gotta pull our heads out of our butts and start playing some baseball. I feel like Cal's got his bat back under him. Hopefully. It looks like Brendan Donovan's back. So
Yeah. Let's go.
we'll see. Yeah, there you go, Benny. It's
Yep.
looking like Brendan's gonna be back at 3rd. So
Yes.
hopefully
Love
all
that.
these pieces come together to work out well for us. I mean, I would love to say we're gonna win out. I know that that's unrealistic, but could be kind of cool. And yeah, that's fingers crossed we don't drop a series and we're still in the talks when it comes time for playoffs. So that's where I'm at.
Kristy, how did you
Well,
feel
Lewis,
about...
on to
Oh, sorry. We can move on.
Go ahead, Ben.
It's okay.
no, go for it.
I was going to ask Kristy how she felt about moving Castillo but holding on to Kirby, because Kirby was heavily involved in talks.
That one upset me. That one really upset me, and I feel like it upset George too, because then he came out and pitched 7 shutout innings. So he was like, "There's no way you should be trading me." And I don't think that Kirby should have been traded either. I'm good with Castillo being gone. He was my only one that would give me heart palpitations when he was pitching. So I'm okay with it. I'm good with him being gone. I mean, granted, we didn't get Jack for him, but
Yeah.
okay.
So now it's Gilbert, Kirby, Hancock, Miller, and who's the 5th?
Gilbert, Kirby, Hancock, Miller. Who am I missing? Bryce, Logan, Emerson. Who am I missing? You put me on the spot and I'm missing it now.
Is it just an opener?
No, we had 6. We had 6 in our rotation, and now my brain's just completely missing it. So, yeah, move on.
All right.
We can move on to another team that's fighting to stay above 500. Lewis, What's your
Hey,
team going to
hey,
look like
just
in 2 months? I'm not even going to say 3 months because I'm not.
yeah. Well, just like Kristy said, we gotta stay in games and we gotta score runs. We can't keep losing because if we do, Padres are gonna take the wild card. They what? They won 4 in a row, I think, and
You need to
they're
end this free
they're
fall.
catching up.
Oh,
We're
you
free
won
fall.
4 in a row?
If we win tonight, that's 4 in a row. I know you're not used to winning, Mike. It's okay, but we're 4 in a row. Okay, so
Lewis,
as long as we
before those 3 games, you had the worst record in baseball coming out of the break.
okay.
You're like 3-12 or something like that.
Okay,
Yeah, you had lost
okay.
9
It
and 12. So
happens.
yeah,
It happens. Okay, it happens. It happens. Okay. All right, Mike.
all right,
Lewis,
I'm
It
sold.
happens.
Lewis, are you concerned at all?
You probably
ahead.
didn't even know that.
Lewis, are you
Go
concerned at
ahead,
all
Ben.
that half the lineup now is playing out of position? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah. I
Yeah,
can
we
hear
got
you.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you concerned at
Well,
all that
you
Bryce is moving to right, Stott is to third, Bohm to first, and then Arraez to second?
I'm not too concerned about that. I'm concerned about the pitching with Nola and Painter. That's my biggest concern there. Nola seems to be serving Italian dinners every
They
time
call
he's
Painter?
pitching. So yeah, Painter came up. He did good on
Yeah,
Friday.
he's washed.
There was just yeah, he's not washed. I just think he's letting the big stage get to him and he forgets how to throw the ball. So
Well, you
if we
better
can
keep
stay in
Bryce
there,
Harper happy. Otherwise, he's going to end up in the media again, crushing your. He's going to crush your locker room with
but
his
that's the thing. He didn't
social
say
media
nothing. No,
rants that he likes to go on.
well, no, he didn't say nothing bad. All he said was we need help. That's all he said. How is that bad? That's not bad.
It wasn't, but I mean, you don't need your players coming out. You don't need your players talking about the status of your team.
I was just going to say this. You're going to get used to this. That's some LeBron-like stuff.
Well, might as well
Wow, hot take.
start doing it then, huh? Might as well start now.
I don't disagree. Yeah.
And that's the difference between our telecasts as well. I'm watching the same game, but I swear about 30 minutes ago on my telecast, I was watching a commercial. Yours, it had LeBron James in a Sixers uniform. They were talking about something while the game was going on. So, yeah, you got enough
I
people
saw that.
to on their social media and that stupid calendar. Yeah, so I'm just waiting for your team to fully implode. Donnie Baseball not to get his extension, and he goes back to Yankees to revive them. But
Paul,
what about
I'm going to give you
Ben?
a clap
What
for
about
that,
you,
Paul.
Ben?
Paul, what you just said, it did things for me. That was awesome. I hope every word you just said comes true. Anyways, if we're going post
No,
trade
stop
deadline,
it.
we're off to a good start because the Red Sox are already winning 6-0. Sorry, Lewis. I hate Don Mattingly. If you haven't read the chats or watched any of the pods, he's going to screw your team over, and it's starting now.
Oh, I have.
I still want Schwarber to hit. Yeah, I still want Schwarber, Arraez, and Justin Crawford to be the best players on the face of the earth. So let's hope for that. But if the Phillies aren't going to win,
Wouldn't it be nice
anything,
if Schwarber didn't bat leadoff in that lineup?
yeah, they got to move. They got to move Arraez one.
Listen,
the fact that Arraez doesn't hit leadoff in every single game, he should.
It's just the first game. Relax.
Ben for Phillies manager.
Relax.
But you already screwed it up in the first opportunity you have to make an obvious choice. You messed it up.
You literally batting a guy at the 4 spot who has no power whatsoever.
No.
Your cleanup hitter hadn't hit 2 home runs in a month probably in 6 years since he was in high school.
Yeah.
Explain yourself, Lewis.
And
There is no
meanwhile, you
explaining.
got a guy who's
There
like
is no
one of the
explaining.
best cleanup hitters in like the history of baseball, and you want to bat him leadoff.
Hey,
2 managers in a row making the same decision. Like, what is this in Philly?
Mattingly's doing it again, like Ben said. Or maybe Rob Thompson called him up and he said, "Yo, do it my way."
Yeah. I got an idea for you.
Here's
Hear
how
me
you get
out.
fired.
Yeah.
Hear me out.
Lewis, if Don Mattingly wants to win me over, what he has to do is yeah. Lewis, for me to get won over by Don Mattingly, he has to get on the phone, call me, and I'm gonna tell him, bat Luis Arraez 1, bat Trey Turner 2, bat Schwarber 3, Harper 4, and then you can figure it out from there. But those should be your top 4 hitters. Anyone that's hitting over 300 in today's game should be hitting no lower than 2. You should be your first or second hitters.
So what happens if tomorrow's
all
lineup?
6 of them. All 6 of them in Major League Baseball.
So, did you hear me, Ben? I said, so what happens tomorrow's lineup?
No, say it again.
The way you just mentioned it. I said, if tomorrow's lineup looks the way you want it,
well, then you'll win.
Then we'll thank him for listening to the podcast
and you'll get to the playoffs. Yeah. Thanks for chatting me up. We already had Craig Breslow watching some podcasts that were on about Adley Rutschman, and then look at now Adley Rutschman's on the Red Sox. So as long as Craig Breslow and Dave Dombrowski and Don Mattingly and whoever the hell wants to watch us on the class and conferences and take our advice, we know what we're talking about.
Forget about those guys on the field.
So tomorrow night after the game's over, they're gonna interview him and he's gonna say, "Yo, I just want to send a big shout out to my homeboy Benny. He's the one who gave me the advice." You'll be excited.
Yeah. I will be very excited, but I will still call Don Mattingly the most overrated Yankee of all time and still hasn't won a World Series. The only retired number to never win a World Series with the Yankees. And he's going to keep cursing every team that he coaches, including the Phillies. Sorry, Lewis.
Hey, tell him how you
remember, tomorrow's lineup: Arraez 1, Turner 2, Schwarber 3, Harper 4. Figure out the rest. That's all I want.
Nice. I like it.
Well, you need to do what you can to get a copy of tonight's lineup card, Lewis, so that you can know that this is the day that it started to go bad for Don Mattingly. This is the day that it all started. Doesn't matter what he does to correct it. This is what started it off.
August 4th,
2026. So he didn't ruin anything yet.
Yeah. I was gonna say they're up 4-0. So
that's why they play 9 innings.
The experiment has not destroyed anything.
Yeah, 9 innings. We're playing at home, so we're okay.
And you have a bullpen now, so you might actually get through 9 innings.
Oh my goodness. Oh, thanks to the Mets, now we have a bullpen. Whoop-de-doo.
We're not the only arm you got. You got 1 or 2 other arms at the deadline. Lewis, come on, your bullpen is stunk.
Whoop-de-doo.
It's been one of the few things this year that you've been awful with.
Led by Jose
other
Alvarado.
Than the 9th inning, you got to worry through the 6th, 7th, 8th. Yeah, come on, he's awful.
So are the Mets.
Yeah, remember Mike said he went to the game earlier, and the Phillies fans were booing when Alvarado was warming up and coming into the game. Right, Mike? You said that earlier in the year?
Yes. A couple weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they know he stinks. So it's a good thing you got some upgrades. That's all I'm saying.
They need to know he drinks too many cups of coffee a day.
It was the Ozempic that got him like that. That's what happened. All right, Paul.
Well,
come on. What else? What else you got, Paul?
Between the Mets the Mets and Phillies. Let's we can go ahead and start to wrap this up a little bit for the evening. I do want to talk about a little bit of what I went to on Saturday. Went to Fan Appreciation Night down in here in Richmond to watch the Tri-City Chili Peppers, where Anthony is doing his internship. It was the last game they had. They had just missed the playoffs like 2 days before, so it was a good game. But they were just giving away everything, like everything that they had that whole week. So, like some of the things that like Anthony and I got, like there's a little chili pepper snow globe, a little arena or stadium replica, and they had like a little bobblehead of the little chili pepper. By the way, for everybody's knowledge, they actually asked to mark your hand with a Sharpie to ensure that you only got one. So I couldn't pull a Lewis and rip the ball away from the little kid. They were giving away everything. Like I said, I already showed the. We don't want to
I would have done the same
nothings
thing.
that you were whispering to the first baseman. You were whispering sweet nothings to the first baseman, and he threw it to you. I don't want to hear it.
If
But
this is a game-used
Alright.
bet, make sure you speak into the microphone instead of whispering it so we can hear you talk about it.
Game used bat, crack bat. Not during this game, but earlier in the season, they started just handing those things out, and those bats that those little plastic ones that they put the drinks in, like little hurricane slushies. Like literally everybody that left the building got like 2 of these unused. Like they literally gave out everything. I'm surprised they didn't give away the seat cushions that they had in the suites. Like it was literally just more stuff, less stuff that they had to actually just pack away. Anthony didn't get home until about 3:30 that night, but it was a good time. The team's garbage, but
I imagine as a hoarder of all things free, you were just in heaven.
Paul came home with a loaded car.
Yeah.
we did for sure.
Paul was
He
trying
called-
to take
he
home the
called the
third
wife.
baseman, the left fielder.
Yeah.
Lame or
Absolutely.
He called the
game?
wife. He
all
said,
the
"Honey,
merchants
bring
on
your
sale.
car."
All
Honey,
the
bring
merchants
your
You're
on
gonna
car,
need a
sale.
honey.
second automobile.
Yeah, honey, bring the
Bring the
car.
SUV.
We'll have a
We
lot.
brought the SUV on purpose for sure.
Honey, forget it. Stop at Home
bought a
Depot.
bunch of
Get us
hats,
the truck.
jerseys, shirts, everything.
Oh man.
But it was a good time though.
That
Good
stuff
time.
was nice, though. I'd give you game over lame if we were doing that thing still.
It's great. Like this is like their alternate jersey. So instead of like a chili pepper being hot, it's like literally like a cold one. So it's got like icicles dripping off of it and everything. I thought it was pretty cool. All the hats were like $5 at the end of the year. Jerseys were 30. Game used jerseys for 40. I got a Nike polo for $15. So feeling pretty drippy these days. But that's my
Drip,
story.
drip.
But let's
Oh,
go ahead and get out of here. We'll meet again next week. I really want to see how this run differential category plays out. Already gotten some head starts from a couple of teams tonight, so I think that's going to be an interesting one.
Yes,
Steve,
sir.
sorry for all the math that you're going to have to do to figure out the winner there. But
Oh man.
let's go ahead and
Drippy
hop
Paul.
off here and look forward to seeing a packed house again next week. Ben Lewis, no
Yes, sir.
excuses next week. We'll see you next week. All
Nah,
right.
I should be in here. Sweetheart.
All right.
I should
All
be
right.
good to go with
Everybody-
winning run differential
Benny
with my 6-0
Agbayani
lead
was
already.
Samoan.
Agbayani. I'm gonna have to look that one up.
And he played for Boston for a year, so you better look him up.
What year?
Damn. So,
I think it was. I just
Steve, I
said
think
it
you
was
should stop recording.
2002.